Yeah. All right, welcome back. We're already into it, I feel like.
Ooh, the UPS truck. Do you think they're going to stop?
It's like the ice cream truck.
No, it literally is the
Except
adult.
it's free because you already paid for it.
It's the adult ice cream truck. And half the time, actually 80% of the time with the UPS truck, no. Probably 95% of the time with the UPS truck, I haven't paid for what they're delivering. And that's the life of a showgirl.
Just because it's on your credit card?
No,
Or
because
what?
I get sent things.
Oh, that's true.
The PR I get is usually delivered by a UPS.
So, it really is free.
It really is free.
And you can't argue with that.
Nope. Yeah, everyone, welcome back. Christy said earlier we're dressed for 2 different seasons, if you're watching on YouTube.
Because winter decided to make a little comeback.
I knew it was gonna snow in
Yeah,
April.
I figured. It always happens at some point.
Yeah.
You just hope it won't.
I knew we would not be in the clear until May. I knew we'd get a
course.
snowfall in April. I feel like it's pretty much the norm at this point. So we did get
Yeah.
some snow yesterday, and that sucks. But I just bought these new pants, and I'm obsessed with them. So
They're
I
very
said
cute.
I'm wearing them.
But it's sunny out.
It's
We can't
sunny out,
complain.
and so it looks warm.
Yeah.
So I'm dressed for the false appearance of spring. You're dressed for the actual temperatures.
And I woke up and said I have to go to school and I want to be warm.
Unfortunately, I feel like you and I are rarely coordinated with our outfits.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think that also just goes along with the fact that we have completely different style.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
We should do an episode on clothes or something like that soon. I'm ready to
That could
talk
be
about it.
fun.
I just cleaned
You're
out.
ready to talk about
I am.
as if it's some kind of addiction that you've been hiding. You're like,
yeah.
I'm ready to bring it to light.
No
to
one knows.
acknowledge.
No one knows about the problem that I have. I last week, Mary and I really hit the shops. Did I? Because we told you we were going shopping. Didn't we?
Yeah, before I left.
And we certainly did. And
Did you have fun?
it was so much fun. And bought so many things. And so this morning I actually did a tiny little closet clean out. And there's nothing like taking out the pieces that you are sick of looking at in your closet. Like some of the stuff I took down from the hangers have been in my closet for probably 3+ years, and I've worn it like twice. And I'm like, you've got to go. There's nothing like the only things in your closet remaining being just your favorite pieces. Something about like carrying that old stuff you never wear and just, you know, hanging on to the torch that maybe one day you'll wear is actually so draining mentally.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard the rule is supposed to be if you haven't worn it in a year.
I've heard that rule too. And somehow I'll throw it away, and then immediately after I'll be like, wait a second.
Come back.
I know, yeah. Well, you know me, I'm always purging things, and then
That's true.
I do.
You do have instant regret sometimes.
Sometimes. A lot of the times it is a feeling of relief of like, get out of my closet, stop taking up space, I don't need you. But sometimes I'm like, ugh. I was thinking about one thing the other day that I was like, why the heck did I do that? And I just, something takes over my body. And I'm just like, you're done, you're done, you're done.
You don't spark joy.
Did not spark joy.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you still have that teal crew neck sweatshirt that I wore in one episode that I borrowed?
Teal.
Yeah, it's like a dark teal.
Was it the Elwood one? I think I know what you're talking about. Yes, I do. Why? Did you want that?
No, I'm just making sure. If you ever decide to get rid of it, send it my way.
That's actually that's my favorite. Well, no, that's the brand Elwood. I know what you're talking about.
You're like, absolutely not.
Well, I spent $90 on that crew neck. Like I had a payment plan for that crew neck. But I knew
I'll find a dupe.
I knew it would be one that I would just like have forever because it's just a classic. Like growing up, my dad had crew necks really, really similar to that, and that's part of why I got it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the time does come, you're welcome
I'm
to
just
it.
making sure you know that I'm talking about like the same one. Because I've borrowed other ones here before.
I think I know. It's the dark blue. It's almost navy-ish.
Maybe.
And there's like no words or anything on it.
There's nothing on it, no. And it's probably the one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, hold on. Let's pull up the receipts.
See, you can't blame me for having good taste.
No, and I actually just invested in. Oh, it was the crew neck. It was the crew neck I wore in the second episode we batched last week. the gray one. It was like a mock neck with the Elwood Malibu on the front. That is from the same brand, and I also went on a payment plan for that one. Because it's worth it.
The payment plans.
It's worth it. To me, it's worth it.
I mean, I can't lie. I've done the same thing. So
Just get a little afterpay moment, and then you're like so happy you did it. It was this one, right?
No regrets.
The one you're wearing in this one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like a...
I think of it all the time.
Do you really?
I do. And I'm just like, wow, that is great. I'm not going to go on my own payment plan for it. But if I find it on Poshmark or something, I would buy it.
Yeah, no, you should.
Like if I saw it thrifting, I'd buy it.
Best sweat basics at Elwood. No, I love them. And then so I got, I'm like working on, well, that's the thing. I'd rather go on a payment plan for an item of clothing that I know I'm going to really, really love and keep for a long time than just buy something that kind of like half does the trick that I'm like, but this isn't what I actually wanted. And actually, I'm going to be talking about that whole concept a little bit later when we get into our actual topic. Also, I need to be keeping track of time because we are on a time crunch today.
That is true. We should set a timer or something.
Well, I'm always keeping track of time because I have to reset the camera. But I recently, so that crew neck was like my first piece from them. And then I recently got these two, like one's a distressed t-shirt for summer and then the other is the other mock neck. I love their stuff. It's like so vintagey looking, but it's a really good quality. Love you, Elwood.
Very cute.
That's so funny because I feel like when it comes to your and I's different style, it's rare that you like something that I'm wearing.
We have
and
an
I like
occasional crossover.
There's an occasional crossover.
You know, sometimes the stars align.
And it would be a good crew neck. That's so funny that you just put in your bid for it just now.
I'm just letting you know in case I thought you were gonna be like, oh no, that's like out in the garbage can. Like you can go fish it out if you want, but like. I never know.
And you would too.
No, I would. No shame.
Raccoon that you are.
No shame. Who cares? It's still good.
I know we have to like really get into our topic, but how was your Easter? We just had Easter.
We did just have Easter like 2 days ago, and it snowed. So, well, not on Easter, but you know.
I feel like it's, yeah. Once again, I wasn't surprised. I was disappointed.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed.
Thanks, Michigan. My Easter was very good. It was great.
I saw your dress. So cute.
Thank you.
Loved it. So you, the butterflies.
I kept getting comments, people saying that this is so you. And I'm like, thank you so much. $16 at TJ Maxx. Best ever spent.
16 is crazy.
I know. I couldn't believe it. Like all the other dresses were more expensive than that. And I just happened to pull that one. It was the only one left like it. And I thought, okay, I was on a time crunch when I was getting it, and so I didn't have time to try it on or anything, and I just said, I'm just going to buy it and see what happens.
Yep.
And I bought it and put it on, and I'm like, wait, why does this work? Why is this perfect? So
divine intervention.
It really was. Can't wait to wear it again at some point. Like, it's very unique. It's not like anything else that I own.
And butterflies are part of your personal brand.
They really are. So there's literally everything perfect about it. But I had an amazing Easter. I almost said Thanksgiving. It is not Thanksgiving.
That's crazy. Let's not talk about Thanksgiving quite yet. Not yet.
No, it was great. There was a lot of driving. There was a lot of family time. There was a lot of talking, a lot of hanging out with people, a lot of food, 2 ham and potato meals. No complaints.
Nothing like some good ham and potato.
Everything was great. And like I said, I have to keep reminding myself that I am so thankful to be busy with the things that I prayed for so much. Like, to be splitting time between 2 families is like what I've always wanted. Yeah. So to have like that gift of being able to split the time was just next level surreal to me. And like,
look at you being so mindful and reflective.
I kept telling myself, I'm like, it's okay that we're driving this much because it just means like what it's about is a bigger deal, you know, than the splitting the time. And actually it worked out perfectly that we spent almost the exact amount of time with both families, and it worked according to my time. I made a timeline, a very detailed timeline.
Of course.
I had to, because there was nothing else I could do.
Correct.
So, and it worked perfectly. It went like almost to a T on the dot of everything that I predicted that would happen, happened. And then there was time, I built in time for a debrief at the end for both of us to just sit down at my house afterwards, and we were going to talk about everything. And then we got there and we were both just like, you know what, we're just going to sit in silence. And then I almost fell asleep, but it was great.
Nice.
It was awesome. It was a very good Easter.
Yay.
It was like the first holiday that I feel like I sat there at the kitchen table and didn't look around wondering what was wrong or missing.
Yeah.
But it just made sense and it was great. So, how was your Easter?
My Easter was good. I think like similarly to Christmas, I think my Easter Eve I enjoyed more than actual Easter. Because Easter Eve, Mary came over. We were just like having fun all day. We had on Charlie Brown Easter. We were doing a lot of baking. She was making cookies. I was making cinnamon rolls. I was doing bagels. We were having some mimosas. Then we got to get all ready for church and be looking cute. And then we went to a very long Easter Vigil Mass, but I loved it. And it went by a lot faster than I thought it would, but the service was just so beautiful, and I was like tearing up at multiple points throughout it. It was just like very moving.
Not
and
just from the incense.
correct. Well, the incense was actually pretty tame.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
They hardly ever like go light on those.
Well, this building is a lot bigger than the one that we grew up in that I'm used to, where there's a ton of incense in a very, very small confined
true.
space. So
I also feel like they just go over the top.
and they also have like way higher ceilings, I think. So I don't know. And it was just, and like my siblings were all there. My twin brothers were there. My brother's girlfriend, Mary, brother Sean, my sister-in-law. So it was just like, it was just good vibes.
Yeah.
And then we came home, Mary and I got very little sleep, and then the next day was just a lot busier, and I ate so much Easter candy that my tummy hurt. Literally, I couldn't sleep Easter night because my tummy hurt from all the sugar. But yeah, it was nice. I think the day before was a lot more relaxing and enjoyable, but it was the whole thing. Yeah, it was good. No complaints.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyways, without further ado, because
I did want to point out quickly though.
Oh.
I went and got my nails done last week.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you for finally noticing. I thought you'd noticed yesterday at work, but you did not.
I
It's okay.
hardly saw you at all.
That's true. We were on totally different sides of the room.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Yeah.
But I did go and get them done. And
it's giving me, dare I say.
No, I know. It's got like little gold flecks in it.
You copied my New Year's nails look.
Did I? Well, I went
Yeah.
to the same place, so I might have literally...
Shut up, you went to Leo Nails?
I literally might have copied, exactly.
Who, was it a man who did that?
It was not, but she still did well. I feel like she still did great.
Is this dip or gel?
It's dip. I've never done dip before.
You're so giving me.
No, it was such an experience.
Oh my gosh,
Well, I did.
Wait, that makes me so proud of you.
I did say I want to like make my nails nice this year.
Yeah.
Make my nails great again.
Yes.
So
getting political.
So I went with one of my friends for her birthday, and we both got our nails done, and we were both like, why don't we do this more?
No.
Why? Well,
And I've always said that.
Well, being poor doesn't help, but like...
Frankly, I'd pick up an extra shift a week just to have my nails done.
This,
it's the one
just,
thing I've got to have.
Oh, it's so good. No, everything I touch, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's like they're
and
hard.
they'll last you a whole month.
I believe it, and I can't wait to get them. Like, I'm going to get them done. I'm gonna try to like make them last until the end of the month because
they certainly will.
I have a wedding to go to.
They will last that
so
long.
I want them to last for that, but then I want to get them done again before I go on vacation.
Which is in May.
So, early May.
You're gonna be hooked.
So,
You're gonna be hooked because then they're gonna grow out really long.
I know, and I'm very excited.
And be
for
so
that.
healthy and strong.
I'm very excited for that, and I need I want them to look good. You know, this is the first time I feel like they've truly looked good in like almost a year.
Oh my
honestly.
gosh, I'm just like so shocked. You liked my crew neck. You copied my nail look. You're getting on the nail train.
Is this play about me?
No, I'm like, are we like connecting on a deeper level? I'm like,
on the surface, but on a deeper level.
right.
Okay.
Well, it's almost like because I feel that between the two of us, I can definitely tend to, I am the more superficial, materialistic one. And so for you to...
I don't know about that.
Really?
I can be very materialistic.
I just spent like $400 on clothes last week.
If I had that, I would. That's the difference.
Okay, but the difference is that if I don't have it, I will pick up another job in order to have it.
Yeah, I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I'm fine the time. It's like, it matters that much to me to have the nice things that I will like pull out all the stops to have the money to do so.
Yeah.
And not that you like, you're just not as desperate as me, I feel like, in certain occasions.
I'm not as desperate, and I also tell myself that I can wait.
It's also one of my top values. Remember when we took the values test? My like second one, I think, or if not my first, was aesthetics.
Yeah, I don't remember what mine was, but I'm a very patient person.
Yeah, definitely
So,
more so than me. But all that to
just tell
say,
myself
I'm
I can
happy
wait.
that we're like connecting over these fun, girly like clothes and nails.
I know. I figure if it's like once a month, that should be fine.
No,
That's
and
not that
it's not that
much.
expensive, was it? You
I
didn't pay
mean,
for it, did you?
No, I didn't have to.
But did you see the price?
No, I did. Yeah.
It's not that much.
It's not
For
that
a
much.
month?
Yeah, for a whole month, I mean, that's what, less than $10 a week?
My last manicure lasted me a month and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how you kept that up because I mean the bottom will grow out, but like
The nice thing about that neutral, like, pinky color, though, is that it's way less noticeable when they do grow out. So,
yeah.
wow, I'm so proud and
Thank you.
impressed. I love them. I'm shocked you
Thank
went
you.
with that, like, nude pink color.
It's what I wanted. It's a little more sheer than I expected, but I really liked the gold flecks in them. It's very subtle.
Yeah.
It's not just like plain. So I thought it was fun. It's pretty. I've been loving it. I feel like they looked great for Easter.
Thank you so much for bringing
So-
that to the forefront of the conversation. I'm so glad that...
I'm glad I stopped you.
Yeah, I'm so
because-
glad you interjected, and I'm so sorry I didn't notice yesterday, although
That's
I will
okay.
say we were both kind of
No, we were both like exhausted and
so exhausted.
the place was very overwhelming yesterday.
It was overstimulating for
yeah,
sure.
it was way too overstimulating.
It was like too much.
I went to the bathroom when the basketball game like ended, like specifically because I knew the room was going to erupt, and I was
Really?
like, I'm overstimulated.
That is so
This
funny.
is actually giving me like panic and anxiety.
That
I
is
need
so
to
funny.
leave.
I literally went and stood behind the bar so I could have the best view of everyone's reactions. And that's the difference between you and me. I'm like, let me be at the center of everything. And you're like, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I was like, I literally need to go hide because this is like giving me palpitations.
For context, U of M basketball won the national championships yesterday. And we both work at a sports bar. So
It was a big deal.
it was a very crowded, loud night. We stayed open like 2 hours later than we usually do. Or we stayed open like 1 hour later, and then we were all there for like an hour after.
But yeah, so it really just pushed it out much further.
Yeah, so we were all exhausted. I'd been up since 6:30. I had had a full work day prior to that, and it was a lot.
It sucks.
But go blue, am I right?
Yep. Anyway,
Hold on. I'm gonna reset the camera, and then we can get into today's topic.
see, I would have just kept doing this until you noticed.
It's just
Like I
because
got the whole coordinating pink cup and everything.
just because I'm like trying to really lock in and get this like knocked out
You're
quickly.
like, are you
efficiently.
trying to like ruin the sound here? What are you doing?
I'm like, can you stop? I'm really trying to just like get through this smoothly. Okay, so today, if you haven't noticed, we've been trying to like give the episodes rough topics just so that we're not kind of rambling on and on back and forth for like an hour. And I just think listening to podcasts myself, I kind of like when there's a topic, even if it's not until they get into it until the end, just some sort of structure. And I'm like, ooh, like the meat and potatoes. We're going to talk about whatever today. So today, I don't know how I came up with this. Maybe probably ChatGPT said something and I was like, you might be onto something with that. And I kind of like made it my own. But I figured, considering spring is springing, everything's kind of thawing out, the sun's coming out, it's warming up a little bit. You and I just had a great Easter. We're about to have a great start. I feel like you and I are just in a place in our lives where we're both obsessed with our lives.
It's true.
And so I figured, so all to say, today's topic is basically, how did I word this when I texted it to you? Because
Healthiest things we've ever done for ourselves. So it's beyond like a mental health day.
yeah. Correct. And so not just like, oh, drink water, eat healthy, exercise, but like deeper than that, shifts that we've made or things that we're doing right now that are kind of bringing about the happiest season of life for us. I have 4 notes, like 4 main points for this.
I feel like I have 4 or 5.
Oh, where?
I've definitely 1, 2, 3. I have 6.
Oh, okay, then why don't you start us off?
Okay. They all kind of go into a line, but not really. You know, I'll just start with the first one I thought of. Quitting my toxic corporate job.
Oh,
I can't
I'm a
stress this enough.
huge advocate of quitting your toxic corporate job.
Because as much as I talk about, like we just spoke about me hiding in the bathroom last night because it was too loud and overstimulating for my little brain.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about leaving that toxic corporate work world that's like goodbye forever.
So freeing, so
Like
liberating.
immediately just feeling like a better person. Like I remember the last time I shut my laptop and feeling like I could finally breathe again. Like it was overwhelmingly helpful.
That job was so depleting for you.
It really was. And yeah, just especially everything that was happening towards the end was it was too much. It was overwhelming and it came at the perfect time that I needed to walk out. So all of that to say, you know, I will always advocate for people like quit your job. Just do it.
If you hate your job, quit it. Like literally, if you hate your job, quit. There are other jobs out there. There's a multitude of avenues you can take. If you hate your job, life is too short and it is not worth it.
It's true.
Go work at a coffee shop for a year while you figure out what else you want to do. Like, you do not have to be at a job that you hate.
It's true.
Huge advocate of that. I think so many people just waste their lives being miserable at a job.
Well, they complain constantly. And then when you tell them, okay, what are you going to do about it? And they don't do anything about it. You're like, well, are you just going to complain about it
So
forever?
you're just going to stay in this miserable state. That's a great one to start us off with.
Thank you. And I would also like to just say, not every corporate job is toxic. I understand there's a lot of like decent ones. They're needed, right? They're necessary for the world to keep going around.
Yeah.
And there's people who really like enjoy them and are good at them and
thrive in that environment.
Thrive in it. And they're great at it.
Structure.
But they're the ones who should be doing it, not everyone else feeling like they should be forced to do it.
Yes.
You know?
Agreed.
I think a lot of people force themselves to.
And I think it took me a long time after I quit my corporate job to feel confident in the fact that I was working at a restaurant or like pursuing these side things that weren't necessarily full income. And I still have intrusive thoughts every now and then where it's like, this is not the norm and a lot of people look down upon it. But like, then I think to all the corporate parties that come into the restaurant I work at and everyone just looks miserable. And I'm like, I'd so much rather be working this quick little 5-hour shift where I serve y'all alcohol, go home with a bunch of cash in my pocket, and I like go about the rest of my life without having to, without giving all of my mental energy to this depleting position. And
having random days off really gives me life.
I love having a Tuesday off.
Honestly, or even just like having the earlier part of the day off. Is so freeing to me.
I love working in the hospitality industry. I really do. And that's why I've been doing it for so long. I love the flexibility of it. I think it's great. And I think like you're so right. Corporate isn't for everyone. Some people it is, and some people like us, not.
Yeah.
Okay, going off of that, my first one, since you start off pretty strong, I guess I'll start off pretty strong too. This is pretty general, but making hard decisions. And that kind of goes hand in hand with getting yourself out of a situation that is doing that is uncomfortable and hard, but the result of which is so rewarding. For me specifically, maybe I might divulge a little bit than I usually do, but
I know.
Most people who listen to this know that I was in my serious relationship for many years, and last year ended that relationship. And nothing against the other person in the relationship. I have nothing like negative to say about him. It was just not meant to be. Making that decision was extremely hard, but knowing that I am in a place in my life where I feel so much more aligned, I feel so much more able to be true to myself and what I was meant for and what I'm doing, that's been the main thing that's like having me in this place where I'm so happy is I think in that relationship most of the time did feel very misaligned for me, and very like I was meeting resistance again and again with different things. And so making that hard decision to leave, and then on top of that making the decision to move back home and be with my family during this time, super, super difficult, like was a whole mess for months on end after the fact. And just now I'm starting to come out the other side and feel so optimistic and excited for what the future holds. So hard decisions, they're worth it.
Yeah, that's so true. I would also add to that, this wasn't on my list officially, but I wanted to bounce off of that. It could be like a half point here. Having the hard conversations.
Yes.
Even if you think that you know what the answer is already going to be, I feel like a lot of times we hypothesize conversations in our head of how we think the other person is going to respond or react. And so therefore we don't want to say them. And I feel like 9 times out of 10 now that I go for it and I like say the thing that I'm holding back on and just like have the hard conversation, bring up the sensitive topic, like address the elephant in the room. 9 out of 10 times, it's going to go okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to actually be better than you thought it would be. And if you get the answer that you were predicting, then it kind of clears up your situation a little bit more, because you at least aren't like, what's the word? Ruminating? Ruminating. You're not ruminating over it, you know, the whole time. And then you can actually like move on and figure things out. So
I know.
agree.
I think, not to bounce off of you, bouncing off of me, but that also goes hand in hand, I think, with the idea of hard decisions, hard conversations. I think it all comes back around to standing up for yourself and how you deserve to be treated, what you deserve to get out of life. And it can take a lot to get to the point where you are able and comfortable standing up for yourself. But that is, I think that's huge for being in a position where you love your life. You're never going to love your life if you just let people walk all over you and you just take the short end of the stick every time.
That's so true. It's so, so true. So my next point that I was going to go off of, that goes both ways. So I've seen it from both sides now. When I first dropped out of college and then starting back only when I was ready, that I really wanted to. I think that's another thing that a lot of people do, is they just go forward with school because they're told that that's what they're supposed to do. It's what they have to do. It's the only way you can be successful in life. It's not. But sorry, just spoiler, it's not. And I know that I could be perfectly fine, and I actually could have like found another really decent, probably corporate job to go into. Even if I just wanted to leave my last one, I could have like moved up into something else, I'm sure. But like the fact of I didn't go back until I was actually ready and I really wanted to, like just really reset the whole stage for me. That was so helpful, because the first time I was in school, I hated it. Something just felt off the entire time. I was miserable, like, and now just the difference is like, yes, I still have hard days that I don't want to be there and it's very difficult, but I ultimately do want to be there and I want the end goal more than anything else. And it's like the means to get to that point, like justify it all. So I would say, yeah, if you're not loving what you're in school for, why are you doing it?
So true.
Why keep going? You're wasting your time and your money.
And that's something I've always admired about you, is you really do stick to your own timeline.
Thank you.
And I think that could be a whole point in itself.
Yeah.
Just like you do not need to conform to the timeline of society, to the timeline of what people are expecting of you, people are projecting onto you. You can create your own timeline, and there's no need for you to adjust it for the sake of anyone else. Okay, my next point is, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier, not restricting yourself. Once I became an adult woman who had the ability to be employed at a job and, you know, be self-sufficient, take advantage of any resources I had, I was like, matter of fact, I'm sick of denying myself, and I've talked about this in past episodes. I'm sick of denying myself, period.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to go on a trip, one thing about me, like, literally, I would pick up a second job to work and save for a trip and go on it. If I want an item of clothing, whatever it is.
You do that payment plan.
You do that payment plan, you figure it out. Like, if I want to, you know, not live in Michigan and move to California, figure out how to do that. I think just, like, restricting, obviously, I guess I have to disclaim, like, there is a boundary at a certain point. Like, there's a difference between not restricting yourself and, like, you don't want to be self-indulgent to the point of harming other people or harming yourself.
Of course.
But I think denying yourself unnecessarily really makes a person miserable, especially me.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way. If you want something, you can figure out how to get it. And for me, I've said it once, I've said it again. The things really do make my life better. The crew necks that I just bought, love. These new pants that cost me way too much, love them. I'll be wearing them all summer.
Again, like you said, it's better to have pieces that you actually love and will wear over and over and over than to have a bunch of stuff that you don't touch.
I think I'm just scarred from my childhood where, you know, we never got the real thing, the name brand thing. We always got like the off-brand kind of dupe, whatever the heck. And it was just like, as a child, so miserable for me. I was like, I just want the North Face with the North Face logo jacket. Like, I don't want this cheap thing like from Kohl's. And that's just personally, my parents did a great job. Like, they did their best, they really did. But for me, I was like, I just want the real deal. Like, it really will make a difference to me and my happiness, and it does.
Well, and that's how you got good at thrifting, though. Because you could get those things. You could get name brand stuff, but you didn't have to pay full price for it.
Yeah,
true. And you feel like you win something, you know, in all honesty. It's like you worked for it. You foraged, you know. What
I
is
still
everyone
like
else
to buy
doing?
things brand new even
Oh,
better.
no, it is nice to buy things brand new,
But the thrifting
for
is a
sure.
good in between.
But it does like scratch the itch.
Yeah.
You know, because you can get the thing that you wanted. I will say another thing that truly like was one of the healthiest choices I made was started talking to myself more like a friend than anything else. Because when I saw a quote, I don't know, however many years ago, that was like the things that you say to yourself in the mirror, would you say them to your best friend? Would you say them to your mom, to your sister, to anybody else really? And I was like, holy crap, I would not. I wouldn't dream of saying the things I say about myself to any of those people. So once I started doing that, it honestly like changed my whole perspective of self by so much. Because how on earth would you live like with somebody who's so mean to you every day?
Yeah.
And when it's yourself, especially like how do you live like that? So once I changed that perspective, it was like, oh man, I feel like I can be happier. I can be gentler on myself. And also, I mean, just looking overall, like at your body, it does a lot for you. And it's been through things that I couldn't control and that I had no say over whatsoever. So why am I so hard on myself if I need a rest day? Like, I wanted to go to the gym yesterday morning. Did I? No, I slept until 11 a.m. and it felt great because I had such a long day the day before. And I was like, I cannot get up and move. Am I going to beat myself up over it all week? No, I'm not. Because, again, if somebody else needed a rest day, I would have told them to just take the rest day and enjoy it, to not feel guilt over it, you know?
That's why we have the photos of, you probably can't see it in the camera, but me, Celeste, and Mary put up photos of ourselves as children on our fridge as a reminder. Same thing, like, don't treat myself any way that I wouldn't want to treat like that little girl in the fridge. Like, I'm not going to say anything to myself. I'm not going to beat myself up if it's something that I would never say to like any of those girls. It's a good reminder.
It is such a good reminder. I know somebody's grandma who did that she had a picture of herself at like 5 years old in her bedroom framed. And I asked about it one time and she was like, oh, because that little girl is counting on me to do the right thing. And like, she's looking up to me because she still is. Like, she's still in there. And it's like, wow, once you realize that, it's mind-blowing. Perspective completely changed.
Okay, we might have to wrap up soon. So I'm just going to say...
All right.
What?
That's all right. I'm like, this is good.
I have like one last point. I actually had two, but one of them I'm just going to delete. So my last one then would be this is like smaller, but it has made a difference, I've noticed. I've brought music back into my life so much. There was like a whole years-long period of my life where I was not listening to music. And now, since like moving back home and obviously going through heartbreak and transition, and music really does help you work through those things internally.
Sorry, what were you doing if you weren't listening to music?
Podcasts and audiobooks.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just talking.
Yeah. And those things like numb your brain. Like they kind of like turn off your brain. Like my brain isn't really engaging. I'm just listening to kind of white noise almost, especially for a podcast. It's just people chatting like us. Not that we're white noise, but music for me is more like emotion provoking. And so I feel like listening to audiobooks and podcasts sort of quieted a lot of inner emotions. And now bringing music back has allowed me to process through and really feel my emotions more, whatever they may be, sadness, happiness, the whole range. And it's really made a difference.
Interesting. See, I feel like I can go both ways with music, that it can either be thought-provoking or it can be numbing.
I didn't say thought-provoking. I said emotion-provoking.
Oh, okay.
No, and I made sure not to say thought-provoking because it doesn't, sometimes, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, you can just listen to it and also zone out, but it does evoke emotion for me.
Okay.
And it helps me process through emotion.
Okay. Yeah, I would say either way, because I do listen to a lot of music when I don't want to think. That, like, I can't work out without music. I don't want to go on a walk without music. Like, if I'm talking to somebody, great. If I'm, like, on the phone or, listening to music, then that's great. I don't want to be alone with my own thoughts. Are you kidding me? No way.
Well, that's something I've been doing a lot more of. And it's been for the best, for me personally, during this time.
True. I feel like podcasts actually and audiobooks, that is going to cause more attention for me. It's more attention necessary, I think. So it's a little bit of the opposite effect.
Interesting.
But yeah, really interesting. Do you want me to wrap it up with one more?
Yeah.
I have a quick one. Okay. So another thing I started doing, like not that long ago, maybe like the past 2 years, starting making decisions based on what the best version of myself would do and not the current version of me. Because I do have that idealistic best version of myself in my head. And like, what would she do? I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
And then make the hard decision to do that. Of course, getting to that best version of myself is going to be based on a lot of the things that I'm doing right now and how I get to that point in the future. But you got to start somewhere too.
Yeah.
So,
love that.
thank you.
I feel like we gave some good stuff today.
We really did.
You would drop something and be like, dang, that's good. And then I would drop my own thing and I'd be like, wow, we're like,
it was concentrated.
we really hit the nail on the head, I feel like. Because those are like, people, I don't know, I feel like people aren't really talking about like the healthcare practices that go beyond the basics. And I think all the things we brought up really, really have made huge, like all the difference for both of us in our lives. And I'm proud of us.
Me too.
I really am. And it's actually so exciting that you and I are like on a level playing field at this point. Maybe not like in our specific circumstances, but I think happiness-wise, we're right there with each other. Thank God.
Finally.
Finally, yeah. It would actually be insufferable if you were so happy and I was like not, and vice versa. But no, I'm excited for us. I think this year, we've said it once, we'll say it again. This year is gonna be really great.
This year's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that you were able to get something out of this and maybe start implementing at least one or two of our little tidbits into practice. We have kind of to like rush along today because I have a commitment that I need to get to shortly. So I apologize if this episode is a little shorter, but maybe that's what you guys are into, like something a little more, concentrated, condensed, less mindless yapping, more like meat and potatoes of...
You really like that analogy.
Yeah, more of that good stuff. Yeah. So, thank you guys for listening. We will talk to you in our next episode.
Bye.